Okay. Today we'll be dealing with cost accounting, but we'll be focusing on the manufacturing environment. Yeah? So we have different types of manufacturing costs. Do you know any of the costs that we will be dealing with actually?
Labor cost,
Labor cost, there's one of the costs.
material cost,
Material cost,
factory
and
overhead.
fixed overhead. Okay. When you're talking about the material cost, we are talking about the things that are used in the production of goods and services. And then we have two types of costs under the material cost. We have the direct and the indirect material cost. The direct material cost is the cost of all the things that are used directly in the production. And the indirect are the cost of the things that are not actually part of the production of the business. For practical example, let's say you are dealing with a business that makes tables, and then the direct cost will be wood, those metals to make the feet, screws, and so on. But the paint will be the indirect labor, the indirect material cost I meant to say. Yeah? And then we're gonna have the labor as you have mentioned. Under labor cost, we also have the two different types of cost of labor, and then it will be the direct labor and the indirect labor, right? And then under the direct labor are the people that are directly involved in the production of the business. Indirect labor are the people that are not directly involved in the production of the business, but are needed in the business so that we can achieve our profit or we can achieve our full total production. For a practical example about the direct labor, those people who will be doing the table, those people are directly involved in the labor of the business. But the security guard and the cleaners, they are indirectly involved, right? So far you are good with those two aspects. Okay, then we move on to the third one. Factory overheads. When we are talking about factory overheads, the total expenses of the factory as a whole. Yeah. We do have other costs, but today I just want us to focus on these three ones. Factory overhead is all about the cost that the business expenses that the business go through to produce their goods or whatever to produce a final good. Yeah? For practical example, let's say your business is especially dealing with making tables, and then your factory overhead will be like electricity bill. It will be part of the factory overhead. Your insurance of the factory, rent if you are paying rent, all those kind of costs will fall under the factory overhead cost. You understand those aspects?
Ho botsa potso hore ha re rekisa bo di-material ke di mefuta e feng ya di-material e re lokelang hore re rekise?
For practical example, we are dealing with a business that deals directly with clothes, like a factory that manufactures what? Clothing. Yeah? So the direct labor, it will be the cloth that is being used to produce those clothes. And the indirect material will be that those tissues that those people will be using will be the indirect labor, because it will depend. Some stitches are just only for like style or to attract more people to buy that product. Yeah? But people can either wear that thing without having those kind of things, so it will be indirect. Yeah. But when it comes to the direct thing, we are talking about like the thing that we need to make that t-shirt. Yeah? It will be the cloth, it will be the people who will be making it, it will be the sewing machines, all those things, they are directly involved in the production of the business. Do you understand? Perfect. Going forward, we'll be doing the manufacturing cost calculations. Yeah? Then on those there, we'll also have like three types of costs. We'll be having the prime cost. Yeah? And the prime cost is the total direct cost of the business. Yeah? The total direct cost of the business. So the calculation for you to determine the prime cost, you're gonna say direct material plus direct labor plus other direct costs. Yeah? That means you are only adding things that are directly involved in the production of the business. You understand? Then we'll be having like the total manufacturing cost. I'm sure the name simply explains itself. The total manufacturing cost. Yeah? Here we are gonna calculate the total of all the costs that the business are experiencing within that process of manufacturing. Yeah? So the calculations will be as follows. We're going to have the prime cost plus fixed overhead. And then which will give us what? The total manufacturing cost. And then we're going to have unit cost. Unit cost is calculating the price of only one thing in the business. Let's say, for example, our business is dealing with t-shirts. Yeah, we're gonna while calculating the unit cost, we're gonna find the value of how much is one t-shirt. You understand? So the calculation will be as follows. We're gonna say total manufacturing cost divided by number of units produced. Yeah. How many units do you produce? You produce maybe 5,000 units, and the total manufacturing of ours is maybe 10,000. It will be 10,000 divided by 5,000, which will give you the unit cost of product. So that's you good there, or you need some more explanation, or you're good. Okay, you can move on to the next one. Okay, so these are the business manufacturing behaviors. Ne? You have the fixed cost, you have the variable cost, you have the semi-variable cost, semi-fixed cost. So the fixed costs are those costs that remain constant, that do not change. Yeah. For example, let's say rent. But rent can be variable cost because after a certain period of time it can change. So let's not use it. It's not a good example. I want something that is fixed. The number of shares that you are like buying as a business, yeah? Or maybe the total number that the manufacturing business is buying those direct material for. It might be regarded as a fixed cost, yeah? Because let's say our business only deals with shirts, and so those shirts, yeah, insurance you'll be paying it for maybe a year, and then you're gonna find out that you pay maybe 200 every month. That's a fixed cost, but the cost doesn't change. And then you'll be having variable cost. Variable cost is all about the cost that changes rapidly. Yeah? It can just change within now and then. Like rent. Rent can change within a certain period of time. Yeah. What are the variable costs? Let me see. I've run out of variable costs, bro. Constantly, you might find the business over. We didn't use the telephone just as much as last month. So the cost won't be the same for those 2 months. Stationery. So we bought stationery in January for 4,000, but according to the we still have a little bit of those stationery, so we just only be buying 500, 100, 200. You see, those are variable cost. And then we're gonna have semi-variable cost. Semi-variable cost actually what does the example say? The electricity, okay. Electricity bill. Why did they call electricity? Because consumption of electricity is way more different than other variable costs. Yeah. Why? Because in the business, maybe a month, let's say you use electricity usage of about 800. Yeah. And then following month, although you are gonna use some more electricity, you're gonna require to use more electricity because of what? You have increased your production. You understand? That means the power of electricity will do what? Will increase. But if you have decreased the production, then the power of electricity will automatically decrease. That means it will always be on a variable. It will never remain constant. You fully understand that part? Yeah. Sure. Good. Then you're gonna have the semi-fixed cost. Yeah, semi-fixed cost you can use rent actually for semi-fixed cost. Why rent? Because rent you're gonna pay it for a year actually. After that, maybe next year it will be changing. They will tell you that our rent from November it will be increasing by 10%. Every November, every year it increases by 10%. You see, so you'll be using it for that period of month, and then after it will change. Use it for another period of months, after it will change. That's why you're getting a little bit but each year will move. From this point to year it will be constant, and then it changes. From year to year, constant changes. From year to year, constant. You are 1 and 2. So, do you have any questions regarding all those things that you have done so far? None. Okay.